Hello and welcome to another episode of Menu Heroes Digest. I'm Steven.
And I am Jordan.
And we don't have too much news today, but the usual complaining about Activision, Blizzard. Some Nintendo stuff.
It's not like any other companies like doing some shady stuff, but all eyes are on Activision Blizzard, right?
Yeah. That's what it feels like. So, we're going to start off with the PS5 and the Xbox. So recently, Sony revealed more details about their storage upgrade for the PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
And it's people are not exactly happy with it. Cause
oh no, really, you think?
Well, the first part is you got to take the console apart, which usually voids a warranty.
But Steven, I love taking apart my Lego pieces and my toys apart and putting them back together. Why not my PS5? What's the difference?
Oh my goodness.
I'm joking. Please do not take me.
I figured you would. You were.
Just in case anyone is listening and thinking I actually get joy out of taking apart my consoles. I don't.
So,
man, remember that again? I know it wasn't mainly your fault, but I used to have a laptop that Steven's company sold me to. I don't mean to air out too much of my past, but
it wasn't.
I had to take that computer apart. Again, I know it wasn't mainly your fault.
It wasn't my company. I worked for them, but it wasn't my company. Just want to clear that up.
He's lying. The computer clearly said Steven Co. In bold letters. No, okay. In all seriousness, yeah. Steven, he worked for like a little tech shop. Yes, tech place that shall not be named. I bought a computer there, and I got it. It worked fine for the first 2 months, and then afterwards I had to take the thing apart, put the battery, detach the battery, reattach the battery, put everything back together, and then start. And it might work for the rest of the week. Might. But, oh man, I can only imagine what PlayStation owners are going to have to be having to take so much of it apart and put a new, what was this, a PCLE 4.0 SSD? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's a solid state drive. The worst part is they don't even go into what specific ones will work. They just say that they cannot guarantee that all will work, and that even ones that meet their described specifications might not work.
Okay, Steven, let me ask you this. Is there a USB port on any PS5s?
I don't know. I don't have a PS5, but I think there is.
I mean, I'd imagine, if you need extra space, you could buy a terabyte, and have it hook up to the USB, and that should give you more storage for it. That would, because again, most of these consoles are similar to laptops. Or not exactly, obviously, but at least similar enough to where if you got a USB port, you could hook up a terabyte to it, and then you got more storage.
I mean, I know you can do
that.
Sorry. I know you can do that with the last gen.
That's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure I did that with, again, I've only got a PS4 right around the pandemic, and then they announced PS5, and I thought, oh man, I have great timing, don't I? But, I don't know, PS4 to PS4, sorry, and store more stuff, more memory on that, on your console, then you can, from what I see from right here, with all this, hoopla about in this PC 3PO 4.0 SD cyborg relations, whatever this is.
That's a lot of words.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, with the
I don't know, man.
Xbox Series, it's just plug and play. It's like a memory card.
Yeah, and speaking of terabytes, the brand they're using for Xbox for expansions is Seagate, which is one of my favorite terabytes to buy.
Yeah.
And I bought a few terabytes in my time. Let me tell you what.
I'll tell you what.
Boy, that PlayStation ain't right. I tell you what.
But yeah, so moral of the story: Microsoft good, Sony bad. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, it's weird to say. It's a weird thing because I used to be so pro Sony. Like, even though I'm a total shill for no, I'm sorry, I'm Nintendo. I almost said Nickelodeon. Yeah, I kind of am a shill for Nickelodeon, but like I was a shill for Nintendo as well. I shill so many people. But as I said, Sony was another that I was like, man, if I'm gonna get another console, I'm gonna get from Sony. I don't know, man. Like, I don't mind the new design of PS5, but all the news surrounding it and all the stuff that's coming out for Xbox Series is it Xbox Series X or S, or are they two different consoles coming out at the same time?
One's a stronger variant than the other, but they're basically the same console.
All right, which one would we need to prune?
Oh my god!
Which one must be sacrificed to Eliath? I mean, I only got a few $100, man. I can't be spending all these on all these consoles. You know, I need furniture.
We need to we'll prune the new Xbox Series XS XL 5.
I mean, say
featuring Dante from Devil May Cry.
What you want about and the titles for their consoles. I'm sorry, what?
You broke up a little bit.
I thought you broke up a little bit.
Well, there we go.
Yeah, see? We're both understanding. We both need to we need to see other people. We need to take a little break.
Oh my god, same page.
It's not really a you thing. It's more of a me thing, you know.
Anyway, yeah, Nintendo hasn't always done the best naming, but like.
But again, it's just always confusing seeing, like, okay, which version is the newest Xbox? Which one is like the ones I can play? The newest God of War, or Mortal Kombat, like the newest stuff that I can enjoy and see.
X and S will do.
Okay.
Okie dokie. Let's move on to something Nintendo related.
Speaking of shilling,
Pokemon Go.
Hey, Steve. Yeah, Steven, remember when last week I said Nintendo hadn't had a really successful mobile game, and I completely blanked on the most successful mobile game of all time? That was a good time, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, fun times. So there's not a whole, huge amount of news with this one. Just that Pokemon from Sword and Shield will be coming to Pokemon Go. There'll be Zacian, Zamazenta, Squelvet, Greedent, Wooloo, Dubwool, and Phalanx. You can also find Shiny Galarian Meowths, Shiny Galarian Farfetch'd, Shiny Galarian Weezings, and Shiny Galarian Stunfisks.
The superior Farfetch'd, to be clear.
Yeah.
I mean, it just resonates big onion energy.
Oh,
let's be real.
This they'll be available starting Friday, August 20th. All
right.
I believe so. Yes.
Here's hoping people don't get hurt or run over by finding new Pokemon again.
All right.
But then again, it's Gen 8, so it's like I don't think people are. I mean, I'm sure there's obviously there's fans of Gen 8. There's some designs I do like for some new Pokemon, but I don't think anyone's really like, no one's really gonna like break into people's houses just to like see if they can get the well, maybe Wooloo. They might break into people's house for a Wooloo, but not sure about the other ones.
All right. Yeah, I remember there was like a week of world peace when Pokemon Go first released, and then that's when humanity peaked.
I mean, it was, and actually, I think it was like early 2016. So it was like we're all uniting on this one thing, and then we found many ways to divide each other afterwards.
Yes.
Hate to see it.
Hate to see it.
And I have.
All right, it's time for Gabbing with Jordan.
Ha ha ha! Man, I bet you're all hoping to have a little break from Activision and Blizzard. I wish I did, but unfortunately, there's still more drama going on. You can forget any of your weekly like soap operas, because you get all the drama here, buddy.
All right, so
apparently there's.
We'll start with the one about the president.
Yeah.
Just wanted to let you know.
This is like the one person that I've been doing a lot of research. I've been like watching a lot of videos about Activision Blizzard. And even though there's been plenty of names brought up, mainly Bobby Kopic is like the guy who is like the one everyone loves to put devil horns around his head, and he hates. So we most certainly do not recommend that at all here on this channel. Wink, wink. But here J. Allen Brack has been the name. I haven't heard a whole lot about, but apparently, he has to. I'm trying to make sure. Yeah, he has stepped down as a CEO of as president of the Blizzard division. Steven, you still there?
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't hear anything for a minute there, so I want to make sure like there's any issues on my end.
No, I just muted because I was eating something.
Okay, alright, so anyway, I'll continue. Basically, and also not only has J. Allen Brack has stepped down, but also I thought I should have had another name set in here. Oh no, basically, no. Okay, so he's the only one leaving. It's just that right now, Mike Ybarra and head of Vicarious Visions, Jen O'Neill, will co-lead Blizzard Entertainment from now on. This all comes from the Activision Blizzard facing ongoing lawsuit from the state of California. Allegations that the company has a culture of sexist workplace behavior and history of abuse and more. And statement from both Mr. Ybarra and Miss O'Neill here. Both leaders are deeply committed to our employees, the work ahead to ensure Blizzard is the safest and most welcome workplace possible for women and people of all gender, ethnicity, sexual orientation, and background, to uphold and reinforce our values and to rebuild your trust, the statement reads. With their many years of industry experience and deep commitment to integrity and inclusivity, Jen and Mike will lead Blizzard with care, compassion, and dedication to excellence. You'll hear more from Jen and Mike soon. It would be nice if this was a step in the right direction, but we just covered last week of Activision Blizzard hiring a legal team to try and break down or prevent unions from being formed. Yeah. And again, if these new guys want to help build confidence, not only to listen to victims or those who are potential victims, maybe let your employees have the unions, maybe put a stop to this other really bad legal team. This, you know, maybe I'm just spitballing here. Yeah. I said, Steven, I know. Shall I wait till you're done eating, or?
Oh no, you're fine.
Yeah, because I do want to get your thoughts on this. Because I mean, I'm of the opinion that I'm jaded.
Yeah, I get you.
I'm in the I believe it when I see it camp. Yeah, so.
Yeah. It's my whole thoughts on the whole Blizzard thing. It's just really sad to see how they've kind of roller coasted, because they started out with the toxic culture of WoW, and then in the early Overwatch years, they even had a little committee for diversity and inclusion, featuring many people from many different backgrounds. And now they've just
it's like over.
They've just kind of fell back down into that toxic workplace environment.
Yeah, I do remember the early days when Overwatch was announced and everyone's getting super excited, like, hooray, diversity, hooray, more female characters, hooray, women of different body types, hooray, and we were all dancing happily on Tumblr, all happy and stuff, and slowly but surely, Blizzard's old toxic ways would creep back in. Or maybe it never left, but just now they're not nearly as good as hiding it anymore as they used to.
The shiny paint of coat of paint washed off.
Yep.
So I don't know all the background.
It's like, wow, there was that much rust. Ugh.
I don't know all the background behind what Mike and Jen are each in charge of. How their schedules are, their leading style, but I think it's a little ironic that Brack stepped down because of the toxic, treatment of women, minorities, etc. And then they put a woman in charge, but only halfway,
Part of it, even just that, but like,
it almost feels like
But I do remember, like, last.
Go on.
Okay, no. It not even just that, but it's like, I remember last week hearing about, like, not because didn't they have a female, like, representative or female, like, law, like, their legal team, one of their female representatives come in and saying, all these claims are false, all these claims are unfounded, we at Blizzard, and Activision Blizzard, we are here to make sure our employees are safe and everything. We're listening to them, and all these stuff are from bad apples. Like, again, maybe I'll like try and pull it up. Okay, well, Discord was getting weird there for a minute, but I do distinctly remember when when Activision Blizzard was lashing back against the lawsuit. They did have a female representative coming in and saying it's all not true, it's all false. So it's like just because you have a woman, people of color, women of color, whatever, just because you have a non-white person, speaking up for you, does not automatically mean that you are, the ultimate ally. Like, no, it's like, unfortunately, we as human beings, we kind of stab each other in the back, and and unfortunately, like, I said, I'm so that's pulling not to roll that back, but
yeah,
or maybe it's not. It's on the other server. I think you sent me, but
you might have sent it in a private message.
Yeah, as I said, that's might have been what happened, but my point still stands.
It's that whole virtue signaling thing.
Yeah, it's
and I would like to state for the audience that I am a liberal. But, I recognize virtue signaling as an issue. People are like, "Oh, hey, look, we have a character of color. Let's do nothing with their personality except have them be black." And it's like, that's not exactly how making a character works, buddy.
I still remember back in 2005 when Marvel Comics was making a big deal about this one character, Freedom Ring, and he was going to be their first openly gay superhero. They made a big announcement about that. He died in the second issue he appeared in.
Oof.
And they never mentioned him. They never brought him back ever again. So it's like their talks of putting LGBTQ plus characters in future Marvel projects sounds nice. And there have been a couple characters that have been openly gay, or like a few characters that have been openly trans in Marvel Comics. They've done much better than Freedom Ring. But also, that was my first introduction to like, hey, that was my first lesson in virtue signaling. In that they can make a big announcement, like they can always make a big announcement about something, but then immediately pull back and just say, well, you know, at least that was the first step. You know, we're working on it. And it's like, I don't know. You know, so a lot of times you kind of drag your feet on these kind of things, you know, and certainly the video game industry has done this a lot. You know, Activision Blizzard has done that. Ubisoft has done this plenty of times. I was trying to find an article about them. They haven't been in the news at all, but like, again, it's like that's why I opened up with, you know, saying that, yeah, Activision Blizzard, I got all eyes on them, but hey, there's other companies out there that are probably doing some other shitty things that we don't know anything about or we're not looking more into. We should, but I don't know. And anyway, we're not done yet with Activision Blizzard. Oh no, because not only are we, the outsiders, those that are not there, or however the saying goes. Activision Blizzard's latest investor calls was pretty ghoulish, pretty grim. You know, usually companies, they always have their investor meetings, they have their shareholder meetings, and basically it's a big old circle of like, oh, don't worry, everything's gonna be fine, or hey, we got things planned for the future. You know, keep invested, keep those stocks, keep them stocks. You know, we're about to get a little rich coming up, and I'm sure you keep on our side, we'll make you a little richer. But you know, this whole ordeal with the lawsuit from the state of California has made investors turn a little whiter than usual. Yeah, let's see here. Since the news of the lawsuit broke, many current and former Activision Blizzard employees have shared their own experiences of being mistreated. Okay, the company's initial response to circle the wagon, causing the lawsuit. Okay. I'm trying to skim over this little article, and I've always been like, you know, oh man. I didn't mean to laugh at that part. No. Steven just sent me a thing on Messenger. I'm like, oh man, come on, dude. We're being serious here, man.
All right, give me a minute, and I'll interject. I'll put it up on the screen so the viewers know what it was.
I'm about to say, man, you're gonna make me look like a real douche. Of like, I'm talking about like, you know, like this company that's done all these horrific things to their employees, and you just send me like a little.
I didn't even think about it. I am so sorry.
Goofy meme on Messenger, man. I'm giggling. It's like, this guy is so unprofessional, man. Well, why is he even in this podcast, man? Worst menu hero ever.
So I sent this picture to our group chat, and it's from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And I said, I love Psych. It's such a good show. And that was the meme. It's funny because I explained it. Anyway, you can continue, good sir. I apologize.
I mean, my phones are at 10%, so it's about to die soon. But
you want to jump to the last one then?
Well, I think I got well, first of all, the CEO of Activision Blizzard is Bob Kotick. Kotick. I don't mean to, like, you know, dox anybody, But I mean, if you want to like Photoshop his face with some devil horns, or just Photoshop his face on a demon or a devil, that'd be a-okay. You know,
Wouldn't that be a little mean to the devil?
can't see it. Oh snap! But yeah, I mean, these articles just saying like, you know, stonks down, investors scared, panic. You know, that's some view means for you. I just put that on the screen or whatever.
So, supposedly he says that any managers found to be impeding the investigations into these claims will be fired. So, we'll see if he's a man of his word.
I mean, it's. I mean, it's probably why like Brank's like that's why probably he left so soon, because like or J. Allen Brank left so soon simply because like I don't know if it means to keep face at the very least, or
it looks better to quit than to be fired.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I have never been fired.
I'd like to say I've never been fired, but unfortunately I was laid off by a job I really wanted.
That doesn't count. Being laid off is different from being fired. But... I mean, they result in the same thing pretty much, but like, for all intents and purposes, if you're fired, it's because you messed up on something, or you know, your boss is just a jerk. If you get laid off, it's because... Well, it still could be because your boss is a jerk, but it doesn't reflect poorly on you.
Thanks, Steven. I really need to hear that.
I got you, bud.
Got your back, bro.
All right. So let's go on.
We're the double white fucking Winter Soldier.
We're the double what?
Or the double white fucking Winter Soldier.
Oh,
see, because it's like usually a black guy and a white guy superhero team working together, but we're two white guys.
I thought you said something else.
Isn't it funnier now I explained it?
Yes. I thought you said something else. I thought you said a bad word, and I was like, dang it, he said it twice in a row. But you didn't. I just can't hear.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I mean also my... All right.
Let's talk about trans rights.
Yes, let's finally move on to some good news. Finally.
So, when you first sent me this, I was a little skeptical because Cameo, you pay people to say stuff. But then I actually read it, and I saw where he did a whole statement about trans rights. Basically, the Halo multiplayer announcer Jeff Steitzer is on Cameo, which is a celebrity video request platform, and he was hired to say trans rights in the announcer voice. Mm-hmm. And he released a whole statement about how he's seen a lot, he's seen the struggle of trans people, and he's seen a wide variety of marginalized people fight for their rights. And he believes that everyone should have equal rights. And so he said, I am happy to say trans rights. And it's really wholesome to see. And it definitely proves that the whole oh, well, he's a product of his time argument is fundamentally flawed, because the product of his time
heard that statement
racism
several times. I've heard that statement like recently.
Yeah.
Because like I have an super conservative uncle who may or may not who probably is full on MAGA,
Oof.
Probably QAnon.
Oof.
And it's like, that last part I'm not entirely sure, but it's like, my dad keeps saying, yeah, but your uncle's still family, and, hey, he's almost 80, he's a product of his time. You gotta at least acknowledge that. You gotta at least understand that. And also, he's a veteran, too. You gotta at least respect him for that. And
no.
while, by all means, he served his country, I'm not opposed to that, but it does not automatically mean you get to have terrible opinion. You get to think lesser of other people and to treat other people poorly, because he treats everyone around him like crap. I'm surprised he's still married. Let's be real.
Yeah. His wife's probably scared he'd beat him if she left.
Yeah.
Sorry, didn't mean to get so dark there. It's just.
Thankfully, no. It's just like I'm partially happy my family isn't listening to this podcast, because I'm sure some of them would come up to the comments saying, "How dare you say this? How dare you spill all the secrets of the family? How could you?" And I'd rather not deal with that.
I mean, I'll be honest. It's the saying is, blood is thicker than water, but hold on, I don't remember the rest of the saying.
Not news of refresh. That's from Rocket Power. Another Nickelodeon reference. Blood is thicker than water, but it's not as refreshing. Yeah. Thank you again for bringing another Nickelodeon reference. I mean, it's probably not directly from Nickelodeon, but I remember from Rocket Power. And man, even though that show is not that great, I remember because like the guy who works at the back the restaurants with Otto and Reggie's dad, that guy was awesome.
But yeah, the whole blood is thicker than water thing. Yeah, they're family, but if they're crappy and they don't respect you for existing, then they're not the kind of people you should be around. That's just how it is.
You do not deserve to have toxic people in your life.
I mean, I know
no matter who they are.
I know it's hard to just cut people out like that. And it's not...
a little easier when they cut you out.
It's not...
And that's how I look at it. If they cut you out first, then by all means cut them out. If they're that way, then fine,
And I do want to make clear that it's not a sign of weakness if you don't cut them out of your life. It's hard to do that to family, even if they're bad people. You're not a bad person if you still go to if they're still at a Christmas party and you're cordial to them. That doesn't make you a bad person.
No, I know I can be strongly opinionated. I know I can be sometimes bullish when it comes to my thoughts on things. But by all means, I completely understand some people who have to put up with family members, whether it be for financial reasons or for just housing reasons. You gotta deal with the crap. I look, hey, whatever helps you survive, whether it be tolerating them even for a little bit, just to keep surviving, or just cut them off in your life entirely. But what I'm trying to say is that. Yeah, no one deserves to have people who treat them like crap all the time. No one deserves that.
Amen. Mm-hmm. Well, that will do it for today's episode. This has been Menu Heroes. And remember, we care for you. We're always here for you.
Trans rights, human rights, right on.
Until next time, stay cool.
Solid.